The comedy4cast network. Let's dog-ear this for now.
Comedy4cast, episode 350. Eat the Tourists.
Comedy4cast is powered by its patrons. To support the show and get episodes before everyone else, visit patreon.com and search for Comedy4cast. All one word with the number 4. Or just go to comedy4cast.com and click on the Patreon link on the right-hand side of the page.
In this episode of Comedy4cast, we meet some requirements, redo a bathroom, talk about politics, and more. Let's get to the forecast.
Item 1 of 4.
Oh, hi, folks. This is Clinton. Welcome to, or welcome back to, Comedy4cast. There's a big event coming up in October. A young woman from Huntington Beach, California will be marrying a former Vatican Swiss guard. That's nice. They met in Rome while she was a tourist, and he was working at the Vatican. And I'm happy for both of them, and I wish them all the best. But what is a bit disturbing was that the woman had actually previously compiled a list of 16 requirements for a future husband. I'm not talking about 16 attractive traits or 16 places he could take you on a first date that don't involve plastic silverware or the phrase value meal. No, these are 16 requirements. Now, come on, do the math. That's twice as many requirements as they had on 8 simple rules for dating my daughter. But I guess it's less than the eHarmony mysterious Scientology-sounding 29 dimensions of compatibility. And it's certainly more than the one requirement they have for you on The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. Do you want to make a fool of yourself on TV? But really, 16 requirements? What could be on that list? Let's see, you could have kind. That's a good one. Likes kids. Or hates kids. I guess you could go either way. Handsome. Sure. Why not? And that's about where I start to run out. Remembers to put the seat down, knows how to parallel park a minivan, likes Beyonce, but not in that creepy stalker level way. What else is on the list? Maybe it's just me, but I think it takes some of the random nature of love out of things if you walk around with a checklist. Oh, that was so close, but I have to say no, you're not my future husband because while you did pay for the meal, you were a bit too judgy about that 18th selfie at dinner. My Instagram friends depend on me. Actually, I do know of one thing that really was on the woman's list. Quote, no baggage, unquote. Psst, here's a secret between you and me. Quiet. We all have baggage. And if you've made a list with 16 requirements for a husband on it, I'm guessing you have a bit of baggage too. But good luck to the happy couple, especially the groom. He's going to need it.
Item 2 of 4.
Senator Donald Bileduck has just thrown his hat into the ring and has announced that he is running for President of the United States. That brings the current number of people currently in the race to 619. While most people think this is ridiculous, our guest thinks it's a good thing. He's Professor Wilford Q. Pasternuckle of the Harvard Yard political think tank Was Up. Welcome, Professor. Well, thank you, Biff. It's Bob. Hey, whatever you say, Bill. Now, Professor, I'm not going to tell you how to run your life. Now, Professor, there are over 600 people running for President of the United States. Yeah, sounds like a marathon, doesn't it? Yes, and that seems like too many people. But you say it's a good thing. Yes, it is, Barney, because we're about to reach what I call critical candidate density. What is that? What? Did you hear something? No, I mean, what is... Because I did. I think it was the sound of one hand clapping. And that sounds like this. No, I mean, what is critical candidate density? Funny? I was just talking about that. Critical candidate density, or as I like to call it, critical candidate density, is the point at which the number of people in the race constitutes an actual percentage of the voting public. Well, I don't understand. All candidates represent a certain percentage of the voting public. Those are the people that support them in their bid. Did you say bibs? No, I said bid. Because it clearly sounded to me like you said bibs, which would be very weird. Getting back to your theory. Right, Bartholomew, I'm with you. I didn't mean some theoretical number of people supporting each candidate. I mean that since so few people vote these days, if each of these candidates votes, their sheer numbers can sway the election. Oh, I see. And why is that a good thing? I'm glad you asked, Buford. Well, good. Okay, don't get all proud of yourself, Benji. It was just a question. Sorry. Apology accepted. The reason this is a good thing is because every candidate must now look at all the other candidates not only as opponents, but as constituents. And if there's one thing politicians know, it's you never want to tick off a voter. You can't run a negative ad about someone you're trying to sway to vote for you. You can't be a big show-off and win a debate against people who could possibly vote for you. That would be political suicide. I see. I'm glad. So, what do you think will be the ultimate outcome of this critical candidate density? A phrase which I must point out is obviously catching on, since I've heard it several times in the last few minutes alone. What will happen, Bilbo, is someone will swoop in at the last second and charm the heck out of everyone and win. And any thoughts on who that might be? Let's just say, all hail Tom Hanks! I don't think so. You mark my words, Bonzo. There'll be a Woody in the Oval Office real soon. On that note... Wait, why is your producer giving me that cut him off sign? I'd like to thank you, Professor, but that's probably not a good idea. Oh, I see what I did. Hey, get your mind out of the gutter. Well, thank you, and good night. Maybe I should have gone with all hail Josh Groban.
Item 3 of 4.
You've seen them before. Commercials for companies that will come in and redo your bathroom by placing a new plastic shell over your existing tub and shower. It's fast, it's simple, and it's cost effective. And that's good. But we thought, why stop there? Why not go bigger? That's why, here at American USA Resurfacing Patriots of America, we'll place a new plastic shell over your entire bathroom. The tub, the floor, the walls, cabinets, everything. Best of all, there's never an ugly seam that will allow in dirt, making cleanups a breeze. And everything is manufactured right here in the US of A, from imported materials and components. Listen to this satisfied American USA Resurfacing Patriots of America customer.
I can't believe it. I called American USA USA Resurfacing America, the company, to come in and redo my horrible, ugly bathroom. Sure, I could have paid hundreds to have certified professionals with years of experience do the work. But that would have taken time. And who has that? It only took Patriotic USA Americana them one day to drop a new shell over the entire bathroom. I couldn't believe it. And look at these results. Isn't it beautiful? It's like a whole new futuristic sterile plastic showroom. And this continuous surface, it's so smooth. It's going to make cleanups easy. There are no seams anywhere. Thanks, Patriotic Resurfacing USA America, or whatever your name is. Oh, excuse me. I need to get that. Where's the door? I don't see any... There's no opening here. I don't think they left a Is it me? Or is the air getting a bit thin? Can't breathe. Help! Help!
So, when you think the solution to your problem is to simply cover it up, call American USA Resurfacing Patriots of America. Oh, and we now do cars, too.
There are no windows! I can't see!
Item 4 of 4.
Hi, Danny Hillcrest here. We're just a few weeks away from the release premiere of the movie Jurassic World. I thought this would be a perfect time to look back, reflect on how this whole Jurassic franchise of consecutive movies began. So, let's journey back to the dawn of time, 1993. I think that's about all we can play of that without getting in trouble. In Jurassic Park, the movie, a ragtag group of everyday people travel to a mysterious island. A dangerous island. You might even call it an island of adventure. The group includes a team of scientists, a lawyer, Newman from Seinfeld, Samuel L. Jackson, Jeff Goldblum, and 2 young kid children. It's like the cast of some alternative universe version of The Big Bang Theory. They all arrive at their destination, Jurassic Park, before it's officially ready for the public. Kind of like those people who stand in line waiting for the theme park to open. Only in this case, there's no ticket booths, just a huge, deadly electric fence. It turns out the owner of the island is Mr. John Hammond, obviously heir to the organ fortune. Hammond has found a way to bring dinosaurs back from the dead. Except they're not zombies. They're dinosaurs! I love it! Mr. Hammond starts off by taking his guests on a boat-style tour of the visitor center. Minus without the boat. Here, on the Boatless Boat Tour ride, we get introduced to the comic cartoon character Mr. DNA. Mr. DNA kind of looks like a bunch of chewing gum wads with a set of eyes. It's his job to get us through the technical mumbo-jumbo science so we can get to the good stuff.
Just one drop of your blood contains billions of strands of DNA, the building blocks of life. A DNA strand, like me, is a blueprint for building a living thing. And sometimes animals that went extinct millions of years ago, like dinosaurs, left their blueprints behind for us to find. We just had to know where to look.
I'm no scientist, so I have no idea what any of that means. Then we get to see action. There's a storm approaching. Imagine Orlando during hurricane season. Meaning, imagine Orlando. Not only that, but Newman is planning to steal dinosaur eggs, hiding them inside a shaving cream can. I think it was the inspiration for Denny's poached eggs and whipped cream Grand Slam breakfast. Suddenly, something goes horribly wrong. All the power on the island goes out. Newman is killed by a dinosaur that swallowed a super soaker. The kids and the lawyer are attacked by a Tyrannosaurus T-Rex. And I think Samuel L. Jackson dies of lung cancer from smoking. Seriously, kids, don't smoke. Then things get really desperate and confusing. Let's see. Dinosaurs catch cold and start sneezing on people. A kid gets zapped by the electric fence, and some English guy says, "Clever girl," and John Hammond eats a bunch of ice cream. Meanwhile, Jeff Goldblum begins hallucinating that he's at Disneyland.
But John, if the Pirates of the Caribbean breaks down, the pirates don't eat the tourists.
Eventually, the kids get back to the visitor center and sneak into the kitchen. Ha, but the joke's on them, since John Hammond has already eaten all of the ice cream. So, they play hide and seek with their pet velociraptor instead. Fortunately, when all seems lost, it isn't. A Tyrannosaurus T-Rex bursts in and literally chews the scenery, allowing our friends to escape. Or do they? As they attempt to fly away, they are attacked and their chopper goes down somewhere in the Pacific. And thus, they are the first people on that lost island. I think. Brilliant! I love it! And then there was Jurassic Park 2 and Jurassic Park 3. But forget about those. Enjoy Jurassic World.
I'm simply saying that life, finds a way. Oh, there it is. There it is.
My goodness, look at the time.
Oh, is it that time already, Sir Patrick?
Let's wrap this up, shall we?
Right, okay. Well, if you have any comments about this episode, why not call the super secret phone line at area code 360-515-0004. The phone not your thing? That's okay. Drop us an email at comedy4cast, all one word with the number 4, @gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and you can find all the episodes at comedy4cast.com. You can also subscribe via iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed.
As always, this is Sir Patrick Stewart.
And I'm Clinton.
Saying, that's it. We're done.
Bye-bye.